Let's talk about album covers and what makes them so interesting. So I guess we should start from the beginning. In 1953, Alex Steinwitz created the first album cover. That comes along. And jazz album covers are kind of what pushes to experiment more. So jazz in the 50s and 60s was really known for very experimental album covers, using a lot of mixed media, not just photographing the artist. I guess the major version of this is the Miles Davis Bitches Brew album cover. And the Miles Davis Bitches Brew album cover was created by L.T. Clarkman. But that album cover is absolutely beautiful. It shows off this Afrofuturism and kind of like explores the duality of blackness, and is just one of the best album covers of all time, not one of the best. Well, here comes along rock music. Artists like the Beatles and all these artists who are in rock. And so, like, you have iconic album covers: Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here. The Velvet Underground and Nico, which is done by Andy Warhol, was really well known for his pop art, and the album cover for the Velvet Underground and Nico is nothing different. It is a banana that, when it was originally released, you could peel off to reveal a pink banana. He's also did the album cover to a Rolling Stones album. Beatles, of course, are famous for the White Album, where they don't have an album cover, and instead you're supposed to draw your own. Probably one of the most recognizable album covers, more even recognizable than the music. Joy Division's Unknown Pleasures album cover, Cambridge Encyclopedia, and these two frequencies meshing together kind of show the kind of this sound that we've never heard before up until that point, and it just is a really striking image. And of course, almost immediately started getting put on t-shirts. So out of the 70s, we get in the 80s. Now the 80s, computers are starting to get used, and we're starting to see graphic design get used. And the 1980s is kind of the prime example of how you can look at an album cover and kind of figure out what kind of decade it was for the tropes and ideas that could be happening during that time. So after, let's actually talk about what makes an album cover so special. Well, an album cover is like any other form of art. It's varied and it's varied particular to an album. How the creators collaborate is this beautiful image of Tyler in a white shirt and blue jeans. It's surrounded by this beautiful landscape of bees and flowers, which is so much different from his last album cover for his album Cherry Bomb, which showed he was going from this abrasive sound to a more upbeat, exemplified by the album cover.